Yeah, you gotta ask him.
Right. Don't take my name out your mouth. You're gonna make me a little bit richer with this question. The Big Three rule about one-on-one. If you challenge a foul, you can play the guy one-on-one. Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, they changed the rules, and I guess if you dispute a call, you can play the guy one-on-one for it to settle the dispute.
That should be like that. We should do that with our All-Star game. Be sweet in the All-Star game.
Yeah,
That's actually a good idea.
How many of those do you get?
There you go.
How about the coaches play one-on-one on the challenger call?
I like Brad's chance.
I like it too.
Really?
Think about it, but
I guess. I like the one-on-one in the All-Star game. Big Three sounds good. Scout, you still doing that?
Of course. You saw me play the other night.
I was going to say, that's
why-
how forgettable
that's
this
why I
is.
Three
Speed that one up.
3 starters out. What's the challenge? I mean, obviously there's a challenge.
I mean, I think that these guys have played well with their younger guys. Their younger guys are hard playing, and then Derrick Rose comes in the game and he's their go-to guy and has been all year. In the last couple of games, he started the second half, so we walk through and consider him very much a starter, obviously. And they go with the wings that are hot, and then Drummond's a handful, and so. We got to do the best that we can on those guys. We're going to be, without JT tonight, and so, we're going to have other guys step up.
Coach, we talk about the grind that these guys are going through. 8 games now in 13 nights. What about the grind that you and the coaching staff are going through? What's that like on your side?
I mean, it's just there's not a day to really take a deep breath. You're always prepping for what's next, and usually I try to stay ahead anyways. So these are tough stretches, but it's part of it. Everybody goes through it, and all managed accordingly. We signed up for 82 games of it, and it's just part of it.
You ever think the schedule gets unfair at any point? I mean,
I like what Larry said, 41 at home, 41 on the road is what it is.
How do you get away at times, though, to relax if you're even able to do that?
I don't think, I think the bottom line is I think you just need to be able to step away, and be present in whatever moment you're in, at home, obviously, with my kids or Tracy or friends, which, you just, most of that stuff with friends and spending time with others you're doing in the off season, but you do need to be able to manage it a little bit. And there are nights where you need to put down the computer and get away from it just in the course of these stretches. A little bit tougher when you have this many games and this many days, but there have been many a times where the plane has landed somewhere and the assistants and I have thrown those computers to the wayside and gone and done something else, because I think sometimes you just have to do that.
Report on Robert. I mean, I know he's progressing. Yeah. Is there any update?
He is, he's, like I said, January 3rd or 4th, he had the last assessment, was progressing. So what they did was they put a 3 to 4 week plan of attack with reloading him, getting him up to speed work-wise. They're going to see how his hip responds to that, rescan him, and then determine the course of action from there. So, we're hopeful that it's soon thereafter. I don't anticipate anything before All-Star break, but we were hopeful in the last scan, but we're also, very cautious, with his recovery.
Ty's dealing with any minutes restrictions coming off the knee?
No, but I mean, we're gonna continue to rotate those guys, and I thought Grant gave us good minutes at the 5 the other night. Depends on who they play, how they play. They played some lineups that are smaller and quicker at times when Drummond's out. So he won't be on any specific minutes restriction, but we are going to try to manage him over the next couple of games for sure.
You said Romeo was going to head to Maine if he had not gotten ill, but you threw him in the other night. Will you keep him, or what will you do with Romeo?
I have no idea, Gary. To be candid, maybe this is the impact of this stretch. I haven't thought about it. And I know that our front office has talked to him about it and everything else. He could very easily play in tonight's game. So right now he's a part of our active group, and I haven't thought about when his next stint with Maine will be.
Did you see Brad as a rotation player coming into the season?
We felt very comfortable with Brad as a rotation player. That's why we re-signed him, and I think that one of the reasons why he wanted to re-sign was there was a better opportunity to play this year. Like everybody else, he was frustrated last year, but at the same time, I think he saw that it's not going to be every night. It's not going to be the exact minutes that he was playing overseas, but he's a real steadying force for us. And the thing I love about him is he doesn't play at all in Philly. Hometown, that stinks. Like he's been playing in every game prior to that, and I talked to him the next day, and he's just all about the right stuff. And so he comes in and plays great against New Orleans on Saturday. That's what we're all looking for off the bench around the league, is a pro that's like that.
Yeah, Jim Boylan the other night was saying that his physicality is
Yeah, he's a big, strong guard.
Yeah.
You'd have to ask him. I don't know that he ever played point guard in college. I think he had to grow into being a point guard as time's gone on. I think the thing that probably, was his, maybe kept him out of the NBA early was his shot, which he's totally fixed, and it looks great. But when we played him in college, he was more of a 3 and, kind of a power guy. So it makes sense at the 1, he can bounce off some people.
Did you, I don't know if we asked you last time you played the Pistons, but get familiar with Bruce Brown during the draft process?
Not really. Not really. Obviously, I met him, spent a little time, but Jay Larinaga, his dad coached him at Miami, so obviously, Jay's been following him forever. Thanks.
Yeah, I think
For the